Good. All right, we're going to begin our service in just a moment. Looking forward, we have a bunch of wonderful guests who are joining us here today. If you're one of our regulars, please try to introduce yourself to our guests here this evening afterwards. We're going to have an opportunity with our Kiddush as well as for our Oneg to do so, okay? So welcome all of our visitors. Thank you. We're going to begin our service on page 24 of our Sidurims, page 24 of our Sidurims with Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei El Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boechem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei El Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei El Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seichem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei El Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. All right, we're going to light our Shabbos candles now. Do we have any volunteers of anyone who would like to light our Shabbos candles for today? Oh, come on. All right, Laurie's going to light our candles for today.
Nice book for it.
Okay. All right. And light first, right? Here we are. Come, let us welcome Shabbat.
May its radiance illuminate our hearts.
Light is the symbol of the divine.
The eternal is my light and my salvation.
Light is the symbol of the divine within us.
The human spirit is the light of the eternal.
Light is the symbol of the divine law.
For the mitzvah is a lamp and the Torah a light.
Light is the symbol of Israel's mission.
I, the eternal, have made you a covenant people, a light to the nations.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotov v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Blessed are you, eternal our God, who makes our lives holy through divine mitzvot, and who has commanded us to kindle the Shabbat lamp. May the eternal bless us with Shabbat joy.
Amen.
May the eternal bless us with Shabbat peace.
Amen.
May the eternal bless us with Shabbat holiness.
Amen. Page 27, we're going to join together for Lechai Dodi. Lechai Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lechai Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad, Hishmianu echad nuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, L'shem otiferet v'litzila, Lecha dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nikabela, Lecha dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nikabela, Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, Ki hi mikor haverecha, Mirosh mikedem nesuka, Sof ma'asa b'machsheti la, Lecha dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nikabela, Lecha dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nikabela. Hi ori, kiva ore kumi ori, shir daberi, kavod Adonai alai nikla, lecha dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nikabela, Lecha dodi likrat kala. Hine Shabbat nikabela. Now we face the entrance or exit of our building as we welcome in the Shabbos bride. Boi v'shalom atzeret bala, gam b'simcha u'b'tzolach, toch emunei am segula. Boi kala, lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Remain standing now for the Hatzi Kaddish found on page 21 of our Siddur News.
29.
Page 29, I'm sorry. Yizkada v'yidkada shemei rabba b'halma divra hirutei v'yamlich machutei b'chayechon u'yoymechon u'chayetecho b'Yisrael ba'agala u'bizman kari v'yamaru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mivorach Le'olam Le'amaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitvar V'yitramah V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalau Shemei Kudisha B'rechu Le'la Mikol Birchata V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechemata Damiran V'yalma V'yamaru. Amen. Page 30, we join together for the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu es Adonai HaMivorach. Baruch Adonai HaMivorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMivorach Le'olam Va'ed. Page 31. Eternal God, your majesty is proclaimed by the marvels of earth and sky. Sun, moon, and stars testify to your power and wisdom. Day follows day in endless succession, and the years vanish, but your sovereignty endures. Though all things pass, not let your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you and endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ari Baravim. Blessed are you, O Eternal, who brings on the evening. Page 32, we join together at the bottom of the page. With eternal love, you have loved your people, the house of Israel. Torah and commandments, statutes and judgments you've taught us. Therefore, O eternal our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we would discuss your statutes and rejoice in the words of your Torah and your commandments rather. For they are our lives and they lengthen our days, and we will meditate upon them day and night. May you never remove your love from us forever and ever. Blessed are you, O Eternal, who loves God's people, Israel. Page 33, we join together for the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Page 34, we join together for the V'ahavta. You may be seated. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol lebavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu ha'devarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al vavecha v'shnatan levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shitecha v'veitecha uvletecha v'derech u'shachbecha uvkumecha u'kshartan le'od yadecha v'hayu l'totafot b'neinecha u'ktautam al mizuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem ekol mitzvotai v'tem kerushim elechem ani Adonai Elohechem Asher Chotzeiti Echem Me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot Lachem Lelohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Emet. Page 35. Eternal truth is that you alone are God and there is none else.
May the righteous of all nations rejoice in your love and exalt your justice.
Let them beat their swords into plowshares.
Let them beat their spears into pruning hooks.
Let nation not lift up sword against nation, let them study war no more. Let the stranger be in your midst, you as a native, for you were once strangers in the land of Egypt.
when the house of bondage would enforce freedom, so all will be free to sing with joy.
Page 35, we join together from Mi Chamocha. Mi Chamocha Ba'alim Adonai, Mi Chamocha Nidar By Kodesh, Nora Tehilot, Oisei Felet, Machutecha Ruvanecha, Bokeyam Lifnei Moshe, Ze Eli Anu V'Amru, Adonai Imloch Le'olam Va'ed. V'ne'emar ki farad Adonai et Yaakov u'gulom ben hazach mimenu baruch atah Adonai Ga'a Yisrael. Page 37. Cause us, O eternal our God, to lie down in peace and to awaken us each morning to life renewed with strength. Spread over us the holy shelter of your peace. Together.
Help us to utter our words in the counsel, and lead us in the paths of righteousness. Be a shield about us, protecting us from day and war, and the pestilence of fire.
Curb also within us the inclination to do evil and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Guard our going out and our coming into life with peace from this time forth and forever.
Let us see the rule eternal, with holy shelter of peace spread over us, over all God's people of Israel, and over Jerusalem.
Page 38, we join together for Vishamru. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat le'doretam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat le'doretam berit olam. B'nei uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat le'doretam berit olam. Ki she'et yamim asa Adonai, asa Adonai et ha-shemayim v'et ha'aretz v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat le'doretam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat v'inafash, Shabbat v'inafash, Shabbat v'inafash. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat le'doretam berit olam. We now rise for the Amidah prayer on page 39 of our Siddur readings. Adonai sefetai titach lufia gitehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Melachei Avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei HaKol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imaot, U'mevii Geula Lifnei V'nechem, L'man Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham, Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor L'Olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Morid HaTa'al, Mekalkei Chayim B'Chesed, Mechayei HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofeh Ha'olim, Umatzir Asurim, Umekayim Emunato, B'Shenei Afar, Michamucha Ba'al Givurot, Umido Melach, Melech Mimit, Umechayei, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'emanata Lechachayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei HaKol, Atah Kadosh V'Shim HaKadosh U'Koshim B'chol Yom Ya'alelu Chasela, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh, We daven silently until page 49, where we'll join together for Aseh Shalom.
47.
Page 47. We're going to continue with Oseh Shalom on page 47. Oseh Shalom Bimroma, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru, Ve'imru, Amen. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'emeru, Amen. So we begin the book of Bamidbar now. It is the book of Numbers. The very name Bamidbar, it means in the wilderness. It is a book about journeys, journeys through uncertainty, journeys through vulnerability, and journeys toward becoming the people we are meant to be. As the Israelites stand on the edge of the wilderness, the Torah begins with something unexpected. It begins with a census. Tribe by tribe, family by family, person by person, each individual is counted. At first glance, it feels administrative and dry. But in Torah, as we know, nothing is incidental. The census, it teaches us something deeply profound. that every single person matters. Every individual has dignity, every soul has worth. No one is invisible in the eyes of God. The Torah, it could have simply said or given us a total number of people, but instead it insists on naming each tribe, organizing families, reorganizing distinct identities, and within the larger whole. The message is clear. It is a sacred community. It cannot be built through sameness. It is built through difference woven together with purpose. That message resonates powerfully during this upcoming month, which is going to be Pride Month, a time when our broader society reflects on human dignity, identity, inclusion, and responsibility, the responsibility to protect vulnerable communities. At our best, America strives to create a society where people are not forced to hide who they are, where diversity is not feared, and where every person can live with dignity and with safety. In Bamidbar, the Israelites camp around the Mishkan, the tabernacle, the dwelling place of the divine presence. And each tribe occupies a different place. Each carries a different banner. Each has a unique role, yet all surround the same sacred center and core. The Mishkan teaches us that holiness emerges not from uniformity, but from unity amongst differences. And that is an important Jewish value as we learn. Throughout our history, we know what it means to be vulnerable, what it means to be an outsider, what it means to be known as different, what it means when societies fail to protect minorities and marginalized communities. Because of that history, Jews have often stood alongside others facing hatred and exclusion, whether they be migrants, racial minorities, or members of the LGBTQ+ community. But this year, as we speak about protecting the vulnerable communities around us, we must also acknowledge something painful. The Jewish community itself is increasingly vulnerable. This year, and the years since October 7th, have been devastating for Jewish communities across the world. The pain has been felt not only overseas, but here at home, in our schools, in college campuses, in public spaces, and even in our synagogues. Over the past 3 years, our own congregation, Congregation Eitz Chaim Monroe Township Jewish Center, has endured a bomb threat, vandalism, and most recently, death threats, which we received in the mail. And what makes this especially unsettling is that we're not large or a highly public institution. We're neatly tucked away quietly in a residential neighborhood. You have to actually go out of your way to find us. And yet, we are still targeted. In every instance, law enforcement, the Federation, and security partners, they've been supportive and responsive, and we are grateful for their support. But it has become impossible to ignore the broader reality unfolding around us. Anti-Semitism is rising, and increasingly, people are becoming comfortable normalizing it. That normalization is extremely dangerous, because hatred rarely begins with violence itself. It begins with excuses. It begins when intimidation is rationalized. It begins when Jews are told that attacks against them are somehow understandable, political, or even deserved. We're now watching this unfold openly in public life. In recent months, we've seen protests outside of synagogues and Jewish institutions in New York City. We've watched Jews harassed in public spaces simply for being visibly Jewish or for supporting Israel's very right to exist. And too often, the responses from political leaders has been hesitant, inconsistent, or morally unclear. Regardless of one's politics, we should all be able to agree on a basic principle, and that is no Jewish person should be afraid to walk into a synagogue. No congregation should be intimidated because of who they are. No minority community should be targeted or threatened in a public square or space. This is not a Jewish issue alone. This is an American issue. The lesson of Bamidbar is that a healthy society protects all the tribes gathered around the center. The wilderness was dangerous precisely because the Israelites were vulnerable themselves. And the Torah's response was not to erase distinctions between tribes, but to erase every tribe that had a place, a voice, and protection within the camp would have been counterintuitive. And perhaps that is the challenge before us here today. Can we build a society where diversity is truly honored, not selectively, not politically, not only when convenient, but consistently? Can we defend the dignity of others while also insisting on the dignity and safety of Jewish life? Because Jews should not have to choose between supporting diversity and defending ourselves. Those values are not contradictions of one another. They are instead intertwined. The Torah teaches that every person counts, every tribe matters, every community deserves security and dignity. The wilderness tests whether a society can uphold these truths when fear and anger take hold. And our task as Jews and also as Americans is to refuse to normalize this hatred around us, to speak clearly when anti-Semitism emerges, to stand for the safety of all communities, including our own, and to remember that the divine presence rests only in a camp where every person knows that they in fact do matter. So may we build tomorrow a community. May we protect one another with courage and moral clarity, and may the words of the Torah remind us that every human being is created B'Tselem Elohim, in the image of God. And with that I say, Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will. Amen.
Amen.
Do we have any questions? We often leave questions for the end of our sermons. By the way, I could never beat the wonderful, the wonderful children out there today. They had everyone's attention because they are truly stars. They're amazing. It's really great to see kids out here today. So, do we have any questions? We oftentimes have questions from this guy over here, David.
No habla inglés.
No habla inglés. Any questions? All right. Oh, I thought it was a question, but it was one of the kids. All right. We're going to continue with our service now with Debbie Friedman's Misha Berach. In just a moment, I'm going to be reciting names from our Misha Berach list. And after the names have been read aloud, if anyone would like to add any names, please do so after the names have been read. Today's Misha Berach list includes the following names: Primo Riccio, Asher Ephraim, Evelyn Levy, Colson Jones, Michael Glabach, Ira Roth, Mirdov ben Yisrael Bebrenachaya, Nachman ben Zev Wolf Vimalka, Jay Sinkoff, Angela Heller, Oliver Olson, Eileen Smith. Are there any additional names for today? Yes.
Joel Silva.
Joel Silva. It's okay. Yes.
No,
Uh,
Amanda Kushner.
Amanda Kushner.
And Robert Pons.
Robert Pons.
John Riggs,
John Riggs.
Norma Stopek,
Norma Skopek.
Bob Simonson.
Bob Semenson.
Shane Waxmansky.
Who?
Shane.
Shane Waxmansky. Yes.
David Meister.
David Meister. Yes.
Cheryl Commissar.
Cheryl
Commissar.
Commissar. Yes.
Abigail
Abigail
Marcus.
Marcus and Nechama Sora Cohen. Thank you. Any additional names? Okay. We're going to join together for the Misha Berach prayer. Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBrecha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor le'avoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We now rise for the Elenu on page 49. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol lateit gedula liotzer b'reishit shalo atzana kigie aratso v'lo samanu kimishpachot arama shalo sam kakenu kachem v'gor aleinu kechol chamonam manachnu korim umishchachadim umodim lifnei melech machei hamachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shehunatei Shamayim v'Yoser Haaretz U'Moshek Yikaro B'Shamayim Mima'al U'Shchinatu Zo B'Govhei Meroimim Hu Eloheinu Ein Od El Milkeinu Epizulato Kankatu v'Torato v'yadata hayom v'hashivota ela bevecha ki Adonai hu Elohim b'shamayim mima'al v'al ha'aretz mitachad ein od. Page 50. We therefore hope in you, O eternal our God, soon to behold the splendor of your might. Then will false gods vanish from the earth, and the idols will be utterly cut off to heal the world with the sovereignty of the Almighty. Then will all acclaim you as their God, and forsaking evil turn to you alone. Let all who dwell on earth acknowledge that unto you every knee must bend, and every tongue swear loyalty. Before you, O eternal our God, let them humble themselves to your glorious name, let them give honor. Let all accept the yoke of your dominion, that you may rule over them soon and forever. For the dominion is yours, and you will rule in glory, as it is written, the eternal will reign forever and ever. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol ha'aretz. Vayom ha'hu yihyeh Adonai echad. U'shemo echad. We now turn to the Mourner's Kaddish, found on page 52 of our Siddureens. In just a moment, I'll be reciting names of members of our community who have recently passed. After those names have been read aloud, members who are observing a yurtzeit, we're going to have names of members of our community who are on a yurtzeit list as well. Today's recently passed list includes the following names: Fred Mushkel, Jeffrey Milstein, Phil Garfinkel, Evelyn Sheff, Shoshana Elana Bat Devora, Eli Oster, Roy Smith, Faith Shauna Small, Elaine Ash Gordon, Ruth Topol, Alan Netterman, Regina Pasternak, Ruth Doss, John Hockenberry III, Beth Lizarovsky, Frida Mizrahi, Joanne Friedman, Ricky Tripp, Jeff Hodis, Esther Captain, Alan Steinberg, Shimon Ben Avraham, Marcy Baker. Today's yurtzeit list includes the following names: Bernard Belzer, Jack Silverson, Stanley Bloom, Herman Finkel, George Ivers, Gertrude Bolstein, Ed Lichtenstein, Morris Kasdan, Betty Hires, Theresa Sheckman, Ruth Lewis, Lawrence Leibowitz, Morris Schwartzberg, Molly Yavrakas, Morris Friedman, Sadie Bodak, Arnold Diamond, Margaret Pinachi, Sydney Schwartzberg, Bess Schwartzberg, Sheldon Yavrakas, Howard Katz. Are there any additional names for today that anyone is observing the yurtzeit for? Steve Bloomhoff. Yes.
Linda Adams,
Linda Adams.
Sal Laurie,
Saul Laurie.
Paul Beller,
Paul Beller.
Mark Goldberg,
Mark Goldberg.
and recently Rich Bernardo.
Rich Bernaldo. Are there any additional names that we are observing a yurtzeit for here today? Going once? No? Okay. If it is your custom, please remain standing for the Mourner's Kaddish. Yiskadal v'yiskadash Shemei Rabbah. B'alma divrach yirsei v'yamlich machusei. B'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayetechol beis Yisrael. B'agalav yizman kari v'yemru amen. Yahei Shmei Rabbah mivrach le'olam olamei almaya. Yisbarach v'yishtabach v'yispa'ar v'yisraman v'yisnasei. V'yishadar v'yisaleh v'yisalal Shemei v'kudashah b'rechu. La'ela Mikol Birchasa V'Shirasha Tushbachasa V'Nechamasa Damiran Bi'alma V'Imru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabbamin Shemaya V'Chaim Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Imru Amen. Oiseh Shalom V'Imramav V'Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Imru Amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn and comfort all who are bereaved. And let us say, Amen. You may be seated. We now have an opportunity for our announcements.
Talking with the Rabbi is Wednesdays at 11 a.m. featuring a new discussion curriculum based on Barry Rubin's book, Israel, an Introduction. There will be no Torah study next Thursday, but be sure to check out the new weekly portion blurbs in our email newsletter. Shabbat service tomorrow morning is at 10:45. This Sunday, May 17th at 2 p.m., there will be a showing of the film A Hero in Heaven, followed by a discussion led by Rabbi Poland about the Lone Soldier Foundation. Next Thursday is about Shavuot. We will be strumming for Shabbat and Shabbat services Friday evening at 6:30. Shavuot and Disker service next Saturday at 10:45 a.m. The office will be closed next Friday in observance of Shavuot. ShopRite and Stop and Shop script is available in the office. Payment by check only. Please call ahead to confirm availability. Sunday, May 31st at 11 a.m. Bible players will perform for our Hebrew school families, and we invite you to bring families interested in Hebrew school for next year. Flyers are in the lobby. Our annual congregational meeting is Tuesday, June 2nd at 7 p.m. We encourage everyone to come and vote on board positions and constitutional revisions. We are looking for lay leaders to lead Friday night Shabbat services in July on the 17th, 24th, and 31st, while the rabbi is on vacation. Please see Max if you are interested. Sunday, June 28th is our next blood drive. Volunteers are needed, and donors can sign up at theredcrossblood.org. Sunday, October 11th is our third annual car show. Registration is open and volunteers and trophy sponsors are needed now. Please see the flyers in the lobby for details. For more information on any of these events, please speak to a board member after services, call the office, and as always, check your weekly emails.
Thank you. All right, we're going to conclude our service with the Deon Olam on page 53 of our Siddurim, page 53. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Li'et Nasa B'chevzo Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nivra Li'achad Rei Kidlo Takol Levado Yimloch Nora Behu Haya Behu Hoveh Behu Yiyeh B'tifara Behu Echad Being Shani, Lehamshilo, Lehachbira, Beli Reshit, Beli Tachli, Below Ha'oz, Vehamizra, Lehu Eli, Bechayegoali, Betzor Hevli, V'Yesara, Behu Nisi, Umanosli, Menat Kosi, Beyom Ekra, Biya'ado, Afkid Ruchi. V'yetishan v'ya'ira v'im ruchi geviati Adonai li v'lo ira. Good Shabbos, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. I love seeing the kids here, especially here today. It makes me think of my two little youngsters myself. So, good Shabbos. We're going to join for the Kiddush as well as for the Hamotzi at the back.